Welcome to our 2022 Wildwood 24 RLXL. We're going to start right in the back bumper here. If we just reach in, pull that cap off, and then inside of that little bumper there, pull that out. We got your sewer hose here. So you can see it's just got 2 ears in that adapter there. That's how we'll be hooking it up to your sewer system. Then the hose itself does extend out and is about 20 feet long once fully extended. Just keeping it stored in the bumper here just helps keep any sort of stench out of the unit, keeps things a little bit cleaner for you. And then that cap just kind of presses into place and sits in there with pressure. In this corner, as well as in each corner of the trailer, you've got your stabilizer jacks here. So basically you're just gonna get a little jack that'll run into the end. You can run them up and down with the addition of the strong arm here. So you just wanna make sure that that T-handle's loosened off. That way that the telescoping can run in and out as it should. Just allows you to kind of firm it up once you have it down. So of course, with them down all the way, they do have that kind of forward and back motion a little bit. So these guys, once they're stiffened down, just help get rid of that completely. Be mindful of those. You wanna make sure they're right loosened off whenever you're going up and down. Cable and satellite in here. Is cable on the left, satellite on the right. You just be taking your coax cable, plug it into there. It'll fire up at your TV location. Down towards the front, just in front of your wheels here, we've got your power port. So you just got that little notch in the bottom corner there. It's going to line up with that notch in your shore cord. Just kind of press it in, give it a little 1/8 turn, and that'll lock it into place. Then you get the threaded collar in the back there to really lock it down. Following the cord back, you're going to find a standard 30 amp end here. Most campsites are going to have that. You can just plug straight on in and you're good to go. You do also just get that little blue light there, just letting you know that you do have clean power. If you were to get that red one there, it's just letting you know power is no good. You just want to get that looked into. We do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug in at home to a standard household outlet to run your fridge or charge your batteries, you got the power to do so. Right ahead of there, we got your sewer system. So on the left, you got a black valve. On the right, you got a gray. So that gray valve is controlling your gray tank, which is filled from your shower as well as your sink. So typically, it's going to be cleaner water. That black tank is going to be filled from your toilet, so that's going to be your dirtiest. So when it comes to dumping your tanks, you're going to want to do that black tank first. Once that's done, you'll go to the gray, dump that out. That'll just allow that hose to keep itself a little bit cleaner. The hose will be attaching right here, so you're just going to take that cap, kind of press it in, makes it easier to turn, and then you can pull it off, and you see it's got the exact same ears that your hose did. So that'll be attached in the same way. Just press it in, turn it, and there you go. Up from there, we've got your city water connection in the top right here. So just pop that cap off, you take your water hose, plug it into there, turn on the water, and that'll pressurize the lines throughout the unit. To the left of that, we got a black tank flush. So you may notice over time you go and you dump out your black tank, but your monitor panel is still reading 1/3 or 2/3, whatever it may be. Typically, that's some debris inside of your tank just hanging between your probes, causing that misread. So what you can do is just take your water hose, plug it into here, open up your black valve, turn on the water, and that'll just flush out that tank, getting rid of any sort of debris that could be causing that issue. Straight below that, we've got your exterior shower. So you're gonna get a key just like this guy here. Stick it on into there, open it up. And you get your 3-foot hose with a standard head, hot and cold water. So if the dog's out getting muddy, you can spray him off before he gets inside. And then we're just gonna close it up, lock it back down with the same key. And there you have it. Towards the front, we've got your one storage compartment here. So as you open that up, you get that little magnet there, holds it on open for you. It does see straight through to the other side, and you also can access it from underneath your bed inside. You get the same stabilizer jack up here. The only difference being that your strong arm goes towards the front of the unit. You do have the same T-handle back there, so again, just be mindful of that. Around front of the unit, you just got your little battery box here. So as long as you're plugged in through that short cord in the back, this battery is charging for you. Also through that 7-pin plug, that battery will charge. Your battery disconnects just right up on the frame back here. So you can see we got that plug in there right now. You pull that off, you get this little red keyway there. You can stick that on in. And with it up, pointed to on, that's your battery turned on. With it out, that's your battery turned off. All right, so for any sort of storage, or if you're gonna be leaving the unit for a while, that's what you wanna be doing. These two little knobs there, if you push them back, you can open up this flap and you get access to your 2 propane valves here. For the video, I'll just pull it off. So no auto change over here, they're just teed into the one. So typically you're just gonna wanna run off of the one tank. And then if you start losing propane appliances, or if you know that you've got no more propane left, you're just gonna close that one off. And with that closed, you'll open up the other one. And there you have it. In front, we got your power tongue jacks. On the left, you get your power switch for your light. And then on the right, up is up, down is down. Around front, the other side here, we just got the other end of your storage compartment. Right, and if you reach in, we got your water hose in here, as well as that park adapter I was telling you about. So your 30 amp cord into there, 15 amp into your standard outlet. Also up on the wall back there, you've just got all of your manual overrides. So that little kind of long one here that I can't quite reach would be for all of your little, the strong arms, so you can run those T-handles in and out. The kind of S-handled one there is going to be a manual override for your tongue jack up front. And then this one in the very bottom there right along the floor is going to be your override for all of your stabilizers. This right here is just a little laundry chute. We'll see that from inside of your bedroom here. Close that back down, making our way back. Got your cable TV hookup out here, so your coax cable will come out of there into a TV. TV would plug in right down here to a GFI protected outlet. Resets just inside the unit. Straight down from there and underneath the unit, we've got your low point drains here. So what those are is just, hooked into your water lines. So if you're looking to drain out the water from the unit, don't want your water going stale or stagnant, you just be opening up these valves and you can see the water just drains itself out. The purpose of that would be mostly for winterizing. Got your exterior speakers out here, as well as the exhaust for your furnace. If you're ever running your furnace, you just want to make sure that's not blocked off. It does get hot. Your stove vent here. So propane stove is of course putting off fumes whenever you're using it. So you just want to make sure that your fan inside is turned on, helping to evacuate those fumes. And there's just this little flap down here. So if you just reach your hand in there, you can open that up. Once you're done, just kind of press it in, you feel it click, and that's it locked down. Straight down from there, you've got your hot water tank. So you just get that little keyway there, just line that up and it pops on open. Pull that out of the way. Now before you ever turn it on, you just want to hit this relief valve right there. Make sure a shot of water comes out. We got no water right now because the unit is currently winterized, so this hot water tank's empty. But if it were full, you'd get a little bit of water coming out of there. Once you see that water, then you can turn it on. Your switch for turning it on with electricity is just right down here. You just turn that switch on and that's going to get you hot water with electricity. If we're running it with propane, we've got a switch just inside the unit. Once we get there and turn it on that way, I will go over a reset procedure, and the button that I'll refer to is just right here. Once we're done, you just get the two little pins in the bottom there, line those up into place, push it back, get that keyway lined up, and then you can lock it back down. Right beside that, we've got your fresh water connection. So you're just going to take that cap, turn it, and pops on off of there. Take your water hose, stick it into there, turn on the water, and that'll fill up your fresh water tank. You know that tank is full once it starts spitting water out of your vent there, or by watching your monitor panel inside. Straight down from there, we've got your fresh water tank drain. So you just pull that gate valve, dumps it on out. And then in the back of the unit, we've just got your spare tire, as well as a pre-wired mount for an observation camera. Now we'll make our way inside. Just gonna open up the door. Door's just on a friction hinge, so it just kind of sits wherever you leave it. For your steps, you just get that blue handle there, pull that over, unlocks it, and then you can slide them on out. If you need to adjust the lengths of your legs, just push that little tab in, and then you can slide it in and out. Now we'll make our way inside. First things first, once you get in, right on your left is your fire extinguisher. So standard, pull the pin, point, and shoot. Up on the wall here, this dimmer switch, if we just tap that, turns on all of your lights. If you press and hold that, it'll dim your lights. Press and hold again. Once they're fully dimmed, they'll come back up. Just pressing it again just turns them off. So this light switch in the middle here on the right, turn that on, does your awning light outside as well as your two speaker lights. Do this light switch on the left there, and it'll do a little kind of accent light above your slide here. So for the slide itself, you just got this button on the left, press the top of it, and that'll make its way out. And once that slide's fully extended, you're just going to hear a couple of whines from the motors, just letting you know they've reached their stall. And they also do just kind of automatically square once they're fully extended. And there you go. And then on the right here, if you press the top of that, that's going to be your awning. Your awning will make its way out. Alright, once that awning's fully extended, you're going to see a little white flap at the end come down. There it is there. Once you see that flapping on the gray tube, you're going to want to stop. If you're to continue extending, it will actually wind itself up backwards, in which case your fabric will be underneath your tube, allowing it to then hold water, accelerating the growth of mold and mildew. If it were to start raining, it's of course going to be holding some water anyways, so what you can do is just grab either arm, front or rear, make sure this knob is loose, pull it in, and then you can tighten down that knob, and you can see that adjusts the pitch of your awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. Well, if you like that angle better, because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with the arm up front, same knob up there. Before you bring it back in though, you just want to make sure that these knobs are loosened off and the arms are back fully extended, just so that we're not running the risk of bending anything. And then we're going to press and hold the bottom of that button there, and that awning will make its way back in. Once that awning is fully closed, it just kind of tucks up nicely with the trailer and just stays locked. Another thing to keep in mind with your awning is it does just catch the wind. So once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in. Again, just so you're not running the risk of bending these arms. And there you go. So also on your monitor panel here, the center left is your water heater. Turn that switch on right there. That little red light's going to come on, letting you know the ignition sequence will start. Once that sequence is started, that light's going to go out and it's going to try that 3 times. If after that 3rd try it hasn't fired up, that light's going to come on and it's going to stay on. At that point, you'd be going out using that reset button that we'd shown you. Right, so stood right here, you can hear those couple of clicks, then you can hear the whir of the flame. We know that guy's good. On the very left here, you've got your water pump switch. So turn that on, turns on your water pump, drawing out of your freshwater tank. Up top, we've got your monitor system. So battery on the left there, so you can see we're currently C for charging. G would be good, F is fair, L is low. Because we're plugged in, we're currently charging. Fresh tank, so as you fill that up, it'll go to 1/3, 2/3, and full. Same idea for your black and your gray. And then right behind us here, you've just kind of got your dinette area, or sorry, seating area. So right up top, you just got this little light there, so it's just on its own center push button. Storage across the top here as well. Blinds throughout the unit are these quick rise style, so just kind of pop them down and they make their way up. Wherever you like them, just kind of pop it and they'll sit there. Same thing all around the unit. So on this side, you get your USB outlet as well as a power outlet. Same thing on the other side there. For this couch here, if we just pick up the foot, folds on down, becomes a bit of a, what's it called, a bed, there we go. And you can take the cushions, create a bit of a pillow. Once we're done, I'm gonna take the one cushion, bring it back over, grab the back, give it a little bit of encouragement, comes on up and folds back down. Then you're just taking your pillows, filling in the sides, become your armrests. Underneath it, you do have storage. The unit does also come with these little cubby bins. Same thing over here, another bin, and just open storage over here and over here. Right above your monitor panel, you're going to see that sticker there. The unit is pre-wired for solar. You do have a hookup up on the ceiling. So if you choose to go with that kit, it'll automatically just charge your batteries. Above your sink, you get the same sort of light. Center push button turns it on. A little bit of storage here. If you scan that little barcode there, that'll take you to all of the sort of information for the unit. Hot and cold water, mobile head. The folding sink cover, it is metal, so if you need extra counter space for a hot pot or something, you can put it there. Just be careful of the rubber ends. Storage down here, so just being mindful of the fact your drain is right there, your water lines are right behind it as well. If you're looking to winterize the unit yourself, once it comes time, you do have access to your hot water tank right back here. Just the one screw gets this panel out of your way, and your water pump is just right underneath that drawer. Drawers themselves, a little bit of storage back here. There you have it. Microwaves, pretty standard, just like home. Not much I'm going to teach you there. Down below that, we got your range vents, a light on the left, fan on the right. So of course, propane stove, you want that fan turned on with that flap outside opened up. Bifold cover just flips on back. Then take your knob, press it in, turn it over to high, hit it with a sparker, and she fires right up. Now the first time you go to use your propane system, it may take a minute or two just for you to clear all the air out of the propane lines before your appliances will actually turn on. That is perfectly normal. Okay. For the stove, I'm just going to open it up, take that knob on the right there over that little flame, hit it with a sparker, and same thing, once it clears the air out of that line, that pilot light will fire up for us. There we go. Once you get that flame going, you just hold that knob in for another couple of seconds. Then you can release it and it'll hold the pilot light itself. Then you just turn it up to your desired temperature and she fires right up. Once we're done, we can turn it back down to just pilot. It'll hold just the pilot light for you. However, if you're leaving the trailer or going traveling for a while, you just want to make sure that guy's right off. This little button on the right there, if we turn that on, it illuminates all of your knobs as well as the stove. So this little portal here, you'll find another couple through the bedroom. Those are just outlets for your furnace. This here is the return air for your furnace. You just want to make sure that's not blocked off. Above that, we've got your fridge. So you just get that little travel latch there. So you just open that up. And down below, we've got your fridge. Temp selection is just across the back there. And then up top, we've got the freezer. So behind me, we've got your kind of entertainment area. So you do have a TV backer right here. So if you're looking to mount the TV, it's going right there. Unit is pre-wired for Wi-Fi. Down below that, we've got your cable and satellite outlet. And then below that is your antenna. So for turning that antenna on, just hit that little black button there. That green light will come on, letting you know your antenna is turned on. It can actually help clear up your radio signal as well. Power outlet for it. And then your radio is just right down here. So power button there is going to turn it on.
Home built this year with Olympic Homes.
All right. Okay, so zone 1, if you press and hold that, that's your outside set of speakers. That's it off. Press and hold it, it'll come back on. Zone 2 is your inside set. Okay. So AM, FM, so hit that. You can cycle through all your different bands. So you get your 3 FMs and your 2 AMs. Then your Seeks are just right here. USB is just right in the front. Bluetooth connect to your phone, and source to cycle through the other stuff as well. So you get your AV, auxiliary B through the back, AVs through the back, HDMI is right up front here, auxiliary is right there, and then AVs in the back like I said. Right? All of your controls down here for whenever you are connected to your phone. Hit the power button there and that's just mute. Press and hold and that'll turn it off. And then with that source there, if you just press and hold that, that'll go into all of your settings and you can cycle through all of those. Down below that, we've got your fireplace. So all the way on the right, that's the power button. Center right is going to be your little flame color in the back there. So you've got the 4 different colors you can cycle through. Center one is your bottom light. Right, so again, 4 different colors. The 4th one here is just kind of the rainbow. It cycles through all of its colors. Right. Center left is going to be your temperature. So low, and then high, and then off. And then on the very left, you got your timer. 30 minutes up to 9 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. And down below that is your converter. So just press the top and center. She'll pop on open. You get all of your breakers down the middle. Whenever a breaker breaks, it's going to sit in the center. So just turn it off and then back on. And then on the right side, we've got all of your fuses. If a fuse were to ever pop, you'll get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. In your dinette area here, you just have the 2 little storage on either side. Again, you just get the little cubbies in here as well, or little bins. The center push button light here. And then for your table, if you just kind of wiggle that up, move it off to the side and get rid of these table legs. You can see you got the little ledges to lay the table down onto. And then you're going to take your back cushion here, fill in the center, and then it's probably another 2 there or something like that. To just kind of fill it in, you can create a whole bed area. Once you're done, you can see you just got the Velcros back there. Just prop back up. There you have it. Pulling the table back out, pressing the legs back into their holders. Line up your table. And there you have it. All right, so same blinds back there, just pull them and they go. Into your bathroom here. Oh, sorry, thermostat I forgot apparently. Bar along the bottom will wake it up. Hit it again, she'll come into fan speed. So fan low is just moving air. There's no cooling involved in that. So we'll hear the low fan come on now. Okay. After low fan, if you hit that bar again, she'll come into high fan. We'll turn the fan on high. Again, no cooling, just moving air. So with that fan going, basically, well, same thing with the air conditioner once it's going as well. You basically get 2 different options for your airflow. You can have these 2 louvers here closed, in which case we're using all of our ceiling ducting to move our air, or you can open them up and it just dumps all of its air into the living room here. So when you first get out to your campsite, you want those opened up, cool off this area as quickly as possible, then you can close them off and start moving the air throughout. After fan, hit that bar again, it'll come into cool high. So at this point, it'll leave that high fan on all the time, cycling, cooling in and out as needed. Same idea for your low fan all the time, cooling in and out as needed. Temp selection is just with your arrows there. So once it comes down into auto, that's where it becomes an on-demand system. So that both the cooling and the fan will cycle in and out as needed. Right? So only coming on when needed. With it on low, it's only ever going to use the low fan though. With it on high, it'll only ever use the high fan. So after cool high, we'll hit that bar again, we'll come down into heat, it'll turn off the air conditioner and turn on our furnace. And like I said earlier, your furnace is moving its air through all the little portals. Now the first couple of times you run that furnace, you might get a little bit of a smell throughout the trailer. It's just a new furnace smell. Sorry, I can't help you. After heat, hit that bar again, comes back to off and just cycles back around. Right above our heads here, we've got our smoke detector. Press and hold that to test it. And it's a great noise. So your sliding door is just on its own little snap right there, and then it slides open and closed, simple as that. And then in the bathroom, your light switch is just up on the wall here. GFI reset is right beside it, so test on the bottom, reset up top. Right here for your medicine cabinet, you just have this kind of elastic here. It just sits into that tongue right there as a travel latch. And then you get your medicine cabinet, of course. Hot and cold water at your sink. And down below that, a little bit of storage. Again, just being mindful of our drain and our water lines. Of course, don't want to be breaking those. Toilet beside us here, so a little flusher just on the right side there. And some storage space up here as well. In the shower, you just have the magnetic door. So just kind of close magnets shut and open. Standard head and hose, hot and cold water, of course. The skylight right above it. Bit more storage over here as well. And then into the bedroom. Your light switch is just up on the wall right here. Little closet space right here as well. Again, same blind here. So here's your laundry chute. You just open that up and there's your access to it. You get your USB outlet, a little bit of closet space here with CPAP storage. So you do have a power outlet in here as well. On the other side is the same thing, CPAP storage plus your outlet there. So this window right here is about the only one that's different. So as that opens up, you can see we got this little red handle here. You just take that, throw it outside and pull that red tab to get rid of the screen, and that's your emergency exit. You hop on out. And then right by my head here, you've got a TV backer up here. Cable and satellite outlet there, as well as a power outlet for it. And then just another sliding door here with the little strap right there. Now that is about it for this unit. Actually, other than the LP detector, which is just right down here. So propane's heavier than air, it'll sit on the floor. This guy will detect it and go off just like your smoke detector would. And that is it for this unit. If you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.